We're officially live. All right, awesome. So, welcome again. Excited to have you. The whole idea of these is for me to evolve my content into also including 30-minute long journal entries. So, when I started content creating, it was what's actually a little hot with this flannel. When I started content creating, it was very much to get attention from people to eventually sell them chocolate because I do plan on opening up a chocolate factory in Esmeraldas, Ecuador. So, I am creating content again in order to create a following, create connection, and sell community before I sell chocolate. I am a salesperson. All right, I'm gonna come clean on that, right? So I've got two cameras going. I got my live. What's up, people? Feel free to leave comments. Thank you for joining. Excited to have you. And then I've got my podcast recording over here as well, where I'm going to be publishing this on the YouTube channel. And then this is for y'all. So welcome. Excited to have you. I really want you guys to engage if you have questions or anything like that at all. I've got 30 minutes. You got 30 minutes. I'm live for 30 minutes, minimum 30 minutes. I might go longer, probably not. The first two journal entries that I posted on YouTube are 30 minutes. And that's definitely much the theme that I want to kind of like stick to. So again, my name is Vessi. My real name is Drew, but my stage name is called Vessi, and Vessi is short for vecino. Vecino is Spanish for neighbor. So I am the neighbor. First name Vessi, last name Del Mundo. So I'm like the worldly neighbor, I guess. First 9 years of my life, I lived in Ecuador, Esmeraldas specifically. And my family were and still are bananeros and cacaoteros. So they grow banana as well as cacao. So that's pretty good too. But right now it's about getting reps in. Right now it's about building my confidence in not only speaking to a camera, but also long form content where it's like 30 minutes speaking to a camera. I've been posting on TikTok now since June 8th, every single day, at least one TikTok. And we're at over 5,000 followers, which is cool. But again, the evolution is certainly to eventually sell chocolate. So I got a couple videos pinned on my profile that talk about the farm or the cacao farm. And I've posted comments about chocolate. And if you want to follow along the chocolate journey and the cacao journey, it's also on my Substack called Cacao and Comments. So if you go to the link in my bio, you'll find all that information there. So that's pretty cool. And YouTube channel. So it's Chats with a Neighbor, where people would come on my YouTube and I would ask them things about what they have going on. A lot of the questions will be prearranged from my guests to me because the goal is for me to create a platform for them to talk about something that they want to talk about. But some of you guys are, a lot of you guys are, all of you guys are amazing. And I think that us as neighbors could do a much better job of just talking to one another. Also, content creation is a little bit lonely. So if you're a content creator and you're trying to build a brand or build a business or be, whatever it is that you want to do, and you're using social media as your medium to do it, be a guest on my podcast. I want to give you a floor to talk about the things that you want to talk about. I want to give you that platform. So I think that's really important. But anyway, so that's my YouTube channel. It's called Chats with a Neighbor. The link is in my bio. And again, it's all about selling community, right? I'm a salesperson. I've been a salesperson for the past 10 years. I'm in tech sales now, and I make tech companies millions of dollars. And I just want to stop selling that, and I want to start selling community to the neighborhood. And you guys are all my neighbors because that's the way that I see it. I believe that all of our neighbors deserve food, water, shelter, and healthcare. And the direction that I want to take with Vesti del Mundo is promoting community, promoting neighborisms, promoting just seeing one another as humans. And I think that's really important. So running. So I started running senior in high school so that I can get an A on a test. And then I didn't run anymore. Then I started running again, I want to say 2018. So it was like 4 years and I didn't run. And then I ran a marathon, and I ran 5 marathons in my early 20s. And I was also doing triathlon. So I did 5 marathons and 3 triathlons in my early 20s. All right, cool. How long am I in Lima for? I am in Lima till the end of the year. I'm originally from Ecuador, South America. Estos manes son mis ñaños. So we are vecinos. We're actually, as me as an Ecuadorian, them as Peruvian, we're basically neighbors. So here till the end of the summer, I'm a digital nomad. I travel full time. So I'm able to actually just hang out with different cultures, different countries, different regions. And I can practice my Spanish, learn their culture, and speak to things and have more interesting journal entries and perspectives on life. So that is how long I am in Lima for. I am open to experiences because my whole life is a mixture and combination of multiple experiences. Do they say y'all in Lima? Probably not. That is a North Carolina original for sure, which I am definitely from North Carolina also. Like I'm from Ecuador and also from North Carolina. And being from those two parts is very interesting because in some ways it feels like it's in contrast. Being Ecuadorian is very indigenous of a community. So the sense of protecting the pueblo is something that I was raised in. And then when I go to North Carolina, the home of the KKK, it's a very different environment and a different way of looking at cultures and differences amongst one another. I don't know, the relationship that I have with both of my communities, the Ecuadorian community and the North Carolina community, is very interesting. Welcome, glad you're here. Yeah, the lives are in English. Ooh, this is really exciting. So this is what I'm going to talk about. So I started scheduling my podcasts for next week and the following week, and it's really exciting because I get an opportunity to talk to a lot of different kinds of people. So the idea of the podcast is Chats with a Neighbor, where I'm going to be talking to you guys. You're all my neighbors. And I'm starting to schedule these podcasts for next week and the following week. And I have 4 scheduled already, y'all. I got 4 podcasts scheduled in the upcoming week. So if you're a content creator and you want to dabble in podcasting, or you want to dabble in conversations and things like that, or you want, anything like that at all, reach out to me. I will probably want to schedule some time with you because that is very much in line with what Vesi's community and neighborisms is all about. So that's the vibes. But only if you want to. If you don't want to do the podcast, that's cool too. Like you don't have to do it. But if you want to have an idea of like what they're going to look like, feel free to follow my YouTube channel. You can either just search Vesi del Mundo, but the official name of it is called Chats with a Neighbor. Appa Reads a Book is his TikTok handle, Instagram handle, and YouTube. I think it's fantastic. I think he's great. I think he's got a lot of really exciting things that he's trying to build with his brand. Appa is dad in Korean, I believe, pardon my ignorance, but his whole point is he's speaking to his children. And when I hear and consume his content, it's very much from a place of him speaking to the children of our neighborhood. I can hate you and still see you as my neighbor. I am not Mr. Rogers. I will hate a lot of people that deserve hate, specifically bullies. I hate bullies. I will never love bullies. The phrase love thy neighbor, that ain't me. I don't know what to tell you. Here I go. I'm going to share some of my enemies. First and foremost, Hershey's, fuck Hershey's. Mars, fuck Mars. Literally any big chocolate company, fuck the big chocolate companies. The economic displacement of the local, the farmers who grow the crops, like these big chocolate companies, fuck them. They are my enemy. I've got no problem with saying this. There is like Mr. Beast. He went to the execs because I don't have the ability to get to them yet. How can I buy my cacao from you and you guarantee that there is no child labor? And they just basically said that was impossible. Fuck you, Hershey's. Fuck you, Mars. Like, it's one of those instances where it's very easy for me to say fuck you, Nestle, because of that principle. And also, it's because of the government. Like, Belgium has, all right, I'm getting fired up. Like, I might not even get to the other enemies that I want to choose. Like, I can just literally lean in on these motherfuckers. Belgium has a $3 billion a year chocolate industry, yet they grow 0 cacao. There's 0 cacao trees that can actually grow in Belgium. The reason why that is because cacao is an equatorial plant. It grows 20 to 40 degrees north of the equator and 20 to 40 degrees south of the equator. So when you think about regions that grow cacao, it's Ecuador, it's Central America, it's India, it's the Philippines, it's West Africa. And these areas can't build their chocolate factories to export the chocolate good. A lot of the times it's because Western influences, Western money is influencing local politics in these regions. I'll take Ghana as an example. When I really started peeling these layers back, oh my God, it solidified my hatred for these motherfuckers. Ghana has a price cap for how much the local farmers can sell the cacao for. So the government, the government of Ghana says, hey, we will not sell cacao higher than this price. So that means that the farmers wanted to make more money. They can't sell it at market value. The only way they make more money is by selling volumes of cacao. So what that means is even if someone's a great worker or grows great cacao or does X, Y, and Z amazingly, they don't get paid anymore. So what they're left to do is just have more workers to just harvest more of the cacao. And then there's no actual way to build wealth for that community if that's the way that they can grow. If it's just time and you have more money, there's no way to build wealth. And why does Ghana have this policy of a price cap for their cacao? Lobbying. Crazy. Lobbying, right? And who do you think is sending this money to Ghana to ensure that they don't raise the prices on their cacao? Belgium, Europe, Switzerland, because these companies in Europe want to buy the cacao, but they don't actually want to pay fair market price for the cacao. So what they're going to do is they're going to pay politicians in these local areas to not to make it illegal for the farmers to actually make more money. That's the cacao game. As a nieto, as a grandson of a cacao farmer, that's what it is. That's how the game works. Now, in Ecuador and in Latin America, it's a little bit different. So Ecuador and Latin America is a little bit different because they do allow the farmers to sell the product at market value. So that means that the farmers, my grandfather and all of the farmers involved in the cacao growing process, do get a little bit more money. Especially in the past 4 years, the cacao prices have increased because there have been droughts and flooding in Africa, which has been like 60%, which has supplied like 60% of the cacao in the world. And then the supply went down, so the demand went up in Latin America. And the farmers are finally able to have a little bit more of an equitable share in the chocolate cacao game. But the rest of the world, the rest of the pueblos out there don't have the ability to change those laws and deny the money coming from Europe, because a lot of those areas are a lot more impoverished and don't have as much economic access to the Western dollar and the Western wallets, which is where I come in. This is what gets me fucking fired up. Like every time I think about the chocolate business and the cacao farm, that it definitely feels like the spirit of Che is living within me with this chocolate game. Like I am a nieto of a cacao farmer and a banana farmer. Like I grew up on the farm in Esmeraldas for the first 9 years of my life. When I was living and learning life, it was on the cacao farm in Esmeraldas, Ecuador. Like people can't take that away from me. So then I have the heart and the spirit and the love and passion for that community, the fucking pueblo. So I know what it looks like because I grew up there. I have that sales ability. So if I combine my heart and love for Ecuador and cacao, and I also combine the business and sales ability that I have developed over the past 10 years, and if I can get a way to build a business in Ecuador, specifically the chocolate business, where it could be cocoa butter, it could be cocoa powder, it could be chocolate itself. I don't know what it'll be just yet. Hell, I might even just sell lip balm. If lip balm helps me bring the dollars from US wallets to the farmers, like that's the thing about it. Like, I'm getting fired up. Like there should not be chocolate made. This is my crazy take. Those of you who are stuck around, you're going to get the craziest take I have on the chocolate topic. So just be ready. Hold on to your seats, y'all. This is the craziest take I have on chocolate. I'm not going to share this totally publicly yet because it's way too aggressive and it alienates way too many people. So I'm going to hit y'all with the truth. Oh, I'm going to talk on the tariffs here shortly because Ecuador is corrupt as fuck. So we cut a deal with Daddy Trump, and cacao is one of those products that will not get one of those because Noboa is a CIA operative who was born in Florida. With Noboa as the president of Ecuador. He's a gringo. He's Ecuadorian, sure, but he's a gringo. He was born in Florida. Anyways, that's beside the point. Here's my hot take on chocolate. You ready? I hit the 30-minute mark, so I'm gonna end the call here soon. So I'm gonna end it on this. This is a hot take I have for chocolate. I won't post this last part. I will on YouTube because no one's gonna get to 30 minutes of this podcast. But here's the take: chocolate should not be made anywhere where the cacao does not grow. That's my take. Chocolate should not be mass manufactured in a region where the cacao tree can't grow. That's my take. Tequila. Where is tequila from? Mexico. Why is tequila made in Mexico? Because tequila's main ingredient is the agave plant. Where does the agave plant grow? Mexico. Wine. You typically grow grapes to make wine. Why would you make wine in a region where the grape is not growing? Does not make sense. Olive oil is made where olives grow. Mediterranean region is what it's known for. Champagne from the Champagne region of France. Maple syrup, Canada, and where the maple tree exists. Why have we allowed neocolonialism to still profit off of a structure that existed so long ago? It's 2025, for God's sakes. Okay, we can easily get away from allowing Europe, Belgium, to have a $3 billion a year chocolate industry. Do you have any idea? Do you have any idea how far $3 billion would go for any one of these countries and regions that actually grow the chocolate? The cacao farmers make 6% off of the net sale of chocolate. That level of economic inequality within an ingredient to a product is ridiculous. So, anyways, that's my hot take. It's too aggressive, though. I don't totally agree with it 100% because there are the mom and pop chocolate factories that do import and do pay fair trade and like try to do the best they can for for an ingredient that they can't actually grow themselves. Yeah, I am talking about them, but not really. And that's where compromise comes in. That's part of being a neighbor also. I disagree with 20% of the mom and pop's chocolate factories in the United States. But for the most part, they're doing the best they can. They are buying from, they are paying fair, they are doing the best they can. So I'm not talking about the mom and pop's chocolate farms. It's very much so the Hershey's, the Mars, the Nestle's, and those big name companies. So anyways, that was my 30 minutes on my longer form content journey. Thank you very much for being here. I will start having these a lot more scheduled. I do know that there's people who I want to engage with, and I want to give you an opportunity to engage with me as well. Even if you're not necessarily down with the podcasts, because there's a structure and I need people who already make content to be part of the podcast. And if that's not who you are, that's okay. I still want to engage with you. And I think that live streaming is a great way for you to ask questions and leave comments and be able to reply and be able to see you and things along those lines. So anyways, thank you for being here. If you want to recap this or rewatch any of this or anything like that, it's on YouTube. I post these 30-minute long journal entries on YouTube. Hi, Lucina. Have a great, amazing Sunday, everybody. Make sure you say hi to a neighbor. Make sure you love those around you. And most importantly, make sure you love yourself, because wherever you find yourself, there you are. And if you don't start there, it's really difficult to show passion and love to others. Anyways, have a great Sunday, y'all. All right, bet.